Now, we've got one last campaign to go. Let's go ahead and find a spot for it next to the ones that I've been using already. It's King Knight, King of Cards. Let's just go ahead and name this Oh No, because oh no, we're at King of Cards. In a weird way, I would argue King Knight is the most complicated to control out of all the characters. Yes, even Plague Knight. And it all kind of comes down to his main attack, which is this sort of, not completely Wario Land-esque, but it is, you know, a shoulder tackle. So in order to attack, you do have to throw yourself headlong into danger. But when you hit an enemy, you enter a spin. That spin can be used to bounce off enemies. So you kind of have to keep in mind what you're getting up to at any given moment. Once you've bounced off someone, you get another air dash, but once you've dashed once in the air, you cannot dash again. So it's kind of hard to keep track of whether or not you have a dash available. So it's dash, hit something, bounce off of something, and once you've bounced, you regain another dash. I wish there was just like some kind of visual indicator, but if I end up yeeting myself into a pit, well, that's why. The spin does have quite a bit of flourish. It's pretty fun when you dig through dirt piles that way. The levels are also quite a bit different compared to the originals, not in the sense of like different layout. As you can see, we're kind of going through more or less the original Plains of Passage, but as we get to the world map, you'll come to learn that a lot of the levels are more sort of challenge oriented. The stages are much shorter. They have like one, maybe. I pressed the jump button and nothing happened. So you can see the levels have, I didn't do that for the demonstration. Levels tend to have one, maybe two checkpoints. They are considerably shorter than your average Shovel Knight level. There are these new rings for you to go ahead and grab onto. These take you to secret areas. So our goal is going to be to try to find all of them. That sort of badge thing I picked up, does it have an actual name? Let me take a look. There we go. Merit Medal. This is our skulls, our cipher coins, our music sheets. You know, it's the collectible of the campaign. So obviously, I'm going to get all of them. I'm gonna need a lot of money. Or am I? I guess I technically don't. We'll get into that as we get into it. But I don't really need money. Oh, I thought I was just walking out into a pit for a second because this dark ground just didn't register as walkable terrain. I got very concerned. And directly into a new level. Much like Spectre, I almost said Plague, Spectre Knight had those walls that you couldn't run up. King Knight has the same thing with his dash. So any wall that looks like it has crap on it, I cannot perform a wall, dash, bonk, bounce, whatever you want to call it. Just to constrain level design a little bit when you could otherwise get a double jump off any wall you wanted. The sort of challenge mode level design was a big factor in deciding I don't really want to let's play Shovel Knight campaigns anymore. Like, so we'll walk through the process. You know, Shovel Knight comes out, I let's play it. Phenomenal game, love it. Plague Knight comes out. Well, I mean, Plague Knight had been out at that point, I believe. I forget the exact details. But by the end of Shovel Knight, I had a choice. Only Plague Knight was out. And I didn't really feel like it was worth a let's play at that time, because so much of the campaign was the level design pretty much identical to what I had already just done in Shovel Knight. So I'm like, okay, let's wait for Spectre Knight to come out. We'll see what that's like, so I can determine if I just want to like bang them all out in like a short form sort of thing, if I just want to stream it or what. Spectre Knight comes out and it's basically a completely different game. And I'm like, okay, great. So now Spectre Knight is completely different, which is worth a let's play, but Plague Knight isn't. Do I just low effort Plague Knight and just do Spectre Knight instead, or let's wait for King Knight. Let's see what that's like. And then this finally comes out and all the levels are just like little challenge rooms. Like, oh no. And we're gonna get to it, but there are other reasons I chose not to let's play this game and felt I'm just gonna stream this all and just get... I thought that wall was about to get destroyed and it was gonna make a ledge that I could stand on. That was the thought process there. Just in case you were wondering what was rattling around in this empty head of mine. At this point, I've gotten so used to when I see a gem in a wall, like that is the equivalent of, you know, a crack in the wall for Shovel Knight, like this right here, and it's gonna bust open the wall. I'm not used to seeing actual straight up gems in the wall, so I expected the wall to get destroyed. I'm coming up with a lot of excuses for a guy who's beaten this at least once already. I don't need that goal. It's whatever. Too much effort. Goodbye, good sir. Into the pit with you. Much like Shovel Knight had the Gastronomicon, or whatever that guy's name was, the gastronomer, you can buy some food to increase your maximum health, which is definitely worth doing. I cannot afford any further upgrades. So this is something I definitely missed in Spectre Knight's campaign is, you know, Shovel Knight's campaign is silly. Plague Knight's campaign has a lot of, like, really silly moments to it. And Spectre's just doesn't really. It's a lot more straight-faced. So, you know, coming home to King Knight's army of rats is definitely an improvement in my regard. Get out of here, you hard-shelled idiot. I don't know why I did. I don't know why I did that. Straight up. I don't know why I did that. I'm kind of just trying to race through this level. This is definitely something I had a concern about when deciding to whether or not Let's Play the games is, honestly, at this point, I don't really have anything insightful to say. It's just kind of, yep, here's the mechanics. How about that King Knight, eh? He's sure got a cape. The main thrust of this campaign will become pretty evident once I am out of this level, that being said. And we'll definitely have a lot more to talk about. I need to wait for this lantern to come back so I can... Let's just go ahead and race through this level, actually. I don't need any of these. The merit badges are kind of nice. They're what's going to let me buy some sub-weapons. So I should at least try to remember where those are. I don't need that health. We get to fight Spectre Knight. Spectre Knight. Not the Spectre Knight we've come to know and love through the Shovel Knight campaign. He's got his own moves from his own campaign. He can dash through objects and climb up walls and use sub-weapons, and it's a nice touch. I think this is a fun boss fight, even if it is a bit challenging. If only because I need to keep yeeting myself directly at the boss in order to do damage. Now you may be wondering, we sure are talking a lot about cards in this obvious 2D platformer. Surely there isn't going to be a card game in here. Oh, you sweet summer child. I don't think I need to go through the tutorial. I'm going to just try to remember the rules off the top of my head. Because there are several NPCs in here that I can't play against. Like this kid. He's the fastest kid in the world. Welcome to Shovel Knight's version of essentially Triple Triad. He gets to make the first move, so my hand is currently these 3 cards. He played the Beto. If I want to take that card, I need to play something that has an arrow pointing in the direction of that card, but isn't going to be opposed by another arrow. So I can't go into these outer squares, though it's kind of like the graveyard area. This would take the card. So let's go ahead and do that. Or it didn't, and I don't remember why. But we'll just roll with it. Oh yeah, oh, okay, this is how we play. Okay, now I remember. Okay, so you need to push cards. So I can't push this way because there was an opposing arrow. I could push this way, but that's not going to get me on the gem. I could push the enemy on the gem. That wouldn't do me any good. I can push... Let's go ahead and push this guy up this way, so that way I can at least compete against... Because he can only push to the right and up. He can't push down. So I'm in a good position to go ahead and push myself on this gem, and I win. And now that I've won, I get to take a card for myself. Let's go ahead and take the Fleeto, and I can add that to my decks. And herein kind of lies the problem of why I did not Let's Play this game, or chose not to. Because there's a lot of fucking card game in this game. That being said, it is literally all entirely optional. You can beat this entire game without engaging in the card game even once, which seems a bit weird considering King Knight's entire quest is to become, you know, the King of Joustus, but we'll cross that bridge as we get there. But the problem is, you know, I did 100% Let's Play of Shovel Knight. I want to show all the content, and I very obviously did a 100% stream of Plague Knight and Spectre Knight, and in order to do a 100% run of King Knight would involve so much card game, and it's genuinely extremely hard. It gets so hard by the end. I could load up. After this game, we're going to take a quick sidebar where I can load up my file. And we can look at how insane the card game gets. We're already in a 3x3 map. So let's see. So you can't place yourself directly on a gem. Let's go ahead and put myself here so I can push myself onto the gem. That's pretty bad. I don't want to do that. I could do this. Then I can't be competed to the top or left. Or right. Okay, let's think about this. Let's go ahead and just... he's gonna have to fight for it. Okay, we're still looking good over here. Let's go ahead and push... I want this entire column to myself. It's fine. This is fine. I could still push him up if I had an up, but I don't. The only moves I can make are to push the enemy on the gem, which is not good. So I think he wins this one. Since I have a legal move, I have to take it. I think my only legal moves right now... I can do this. Once a graveyard slot is filled, it cannot be filled again. So I'm going to go ahead and steal this now that I had a window of opportunity. The AI is making some really bad moves, which is great because I'm not good at this game. But let's just go ahead and end the game. We have 2. Let's just go ahead and give him the 1. That way we just win. You can win more cards by getting all 3 gems versus just getting a majority of them. But honestly, you just take a win where you can get it. Let's go ahead and take one of these. So in order to get a 100% run of King Knight, you need to collect every Joustus card. And in order to get every Joustus card, you need to beat every Joustus player. And you need to beat them after they have played the card. Hey, do you like Triple Triad? Welcome to Triple Triad. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and... Once we get back to... I'm going to go ahead and just leave. We're done here. I'm not engaging with this anymore. I don't feel like playing Black Knight and Joustus. Let's just go ahead and leave. We have an airship. We will take a moment to explore this after. I have to go to my previous file. I need to show you guys how insane the card game gets. Okay, I don't remember what my deck was like. Oh my god, what a visual nightmare. So this is the hardest enemy in the game. So now we've got cards that have bombs on them with multiple pushes. We've got this arrow that I don't remember what this does. Cascade. On initial push, any card pushed will swap teams temporarily. This has slam. On placement, all arrows try to push at once. This has conveyor. Once this card is placed, it tries to push every single turn. It gets so complicated. It is a nightmare, this game. Does this destroy cards? I don't remember. Yeah, so it does. I want to go ahead and... Let's just go ahead and put this here. He's going to slide up onto the gem. Well, not anymore. He's going to slide up 1. I think after I place a card. When does the conveyor take place? After placement. Let's go ahead and... Because this is going to flip the card. Now, since this is a propeller, it's going to flip the card. Yeah, okay, so... Now I've got control of that. My guy conveyored up. Okay, that's not great. But I have a stronger arrow, so that means I can just go ahead and steal this permanently. I should be good there. And then what I can do is... Will this destroy my... No, okay, that's got the... Okay, let's go ahead and just push him up. Shit. This is fine, because now I've got this. Okay, so now here's the thing. Here's why you want to grind money in this game. Is you get to buy cheats, and the cheat you want to get is play them all, and it lets you play 3 cards in a single turn. There are different cheats. This is the one that just ends a game on the spot, because right now I'm in a winning position. I've got 2 out of 3 gems. I'm ready to just take it, so we're gonna play the cheat. And then what I'm instantly gonna do is just gum up the board so I win. So I'm just gonna put something there. I get to play 2 more cards, and I'm just gonna fill the board, because once the board is full, the game is over. And that's how you win King of Cards. Imagine having to do this like 75 times to get all the cards or whatever. Let's see how many cards I even have on this file. Let's go ahead and take... Is there one that I don't have yet? Can I tell? I own 2, 3, 3, 4, 3. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and let's take the one that I only have 2 of. We'll just take the Jumble Orb. So this is the deck builder. I have 140 out of 148 cards. What am I missing? I've never gotten 100% in this game. Straight up. Undiscovered? So I'm missing these 8 cards. And this is why I chose not to do a Let's Play of this game, because getting 100% in this game is a nightmare. But I wanted to show off how stupid Joust this gets, because we're not playing any more of it. I can't, it's so hard, it is so complicated, and it is not going to be interesting to watch. So we're going to go ahead and get back to the main game.